We need to give them the opportunity to express themselves in order to fully understand what is going on. This will help us build trust and understanding. I feel that the practice of the 7 habits has had an impact in my family's life because I have learned to be a better listener with my children.
On today's Bridging Futures, we showcase Dollahan Elementary School's Leader in Me program.
We've started with a book study of The Leader in Me and decided to make a change here on our campus. And we have seen a dramatic change in the community of the teaching staff, in the community of the students, as they work together to solve problems and lead themselves. It's a beautiful thing to have students have the same language to communicate on the playground and in their classrooms, to talk about being proactive or beginning with the end in mind.
It was just a feel that you have when you walk into a school, and I felt love, I felt such focus, and seeing the children share their leadership with us was just so heartwarming, and to see them blossom right before your eyes is really what this work is all about. It's building confidence, and of course being in this amazing school with Mr. Husbands today, and to see his incredible leadership and the impact that he is making in this community along with the teachers of this school. It's a little overwhelming.
I am just so honored to be able to have all of our guests here today for our 5th annual Leadership Day. It's all about the students and seeing the leadership potential of all of our kids and everything that they have accomplished over these years. It's something that you'll find embedded in the classrooms, in the school.
Because number 6 is my favorite because we can synergize, and when we're playing a sport, we can help each other. And number 3 is to put first thing first, is put your work first, then playing.
My favorite habit is seek first to understand, then to be understood. As a parent, we tend to assume that we know exactly what our children are thinking or
Thank you. Yeah. Do we have a motion to adjourn closed session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. And open session reconvened. The time is 7:01. At the direction of the Board of Education, board meetings are recorded, broadcasted, and streamed live, and may capture images and sounds of those attending the meeting. So with that, tonight we have a We have a regularly scheduled school board meeting for the Rialto Unified School District, but let's start it with our CSEA President, Mr. Chris Cordasco. Cordasco, leading us in the pledge, please.
Please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Cordasco. Next, we go to adoption, Next, we go to report out of closed session. Take it away, Dr. Avila.
Thank you, President Montes. And for the record, Board Member Ayala is not with us today, so all of the votes will reflect that here. So the first, we have the Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Emma Duarte, school psychologist. The roll call vote was unanimous of those present. The Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Aaron White, school psychologist. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education accepted the request for a leave of absence for classified employee number 1266429 from August 2nd, 2019 through May 28th, 2020. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education took action to impose a 2-day unpaid suspension on classified employee number 1976129. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education took action to approve the settlement agreement between the Rialto Unified School District and the California School Employees Association and its Rialto Chapter number 203 regarding PERV case number LA-CE-6323-E. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education took action to accept the administrative appointment of Tammy Butler, Elementary Assistant Principal at Curtis Elementary School. The roll call vote was unanimous. And the Board of Education took action to approve resolution number 18-19-40 regarding transfer of certificated administrative employees for the 2019-2020 school year pursuant to Board Policy 4314. Copies of the resolution are available at the front desk. The roll call vote was unanimous. And that is all.
Thank you, Dr. Avila. Next, we go to adoption of the agenda, but before we do that, we need to make a following correction on item reference G 3.1. That's reference G 3.1. Student number should read 84879, not 84878 as it does currently in the agenda. So we'd basically just be changing the 8 at the end to a 9. So do we have a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we'll make a note of that for the record. Okay. Presentations got done before closed session, so we're good there. Next we go to C, comments. Item 1, public comments from the floor. At this time, any person wishing to speak on any item not on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. And we've got some here, not on the agenda. Lauren Gomez.
Hi, good evening. Hi, my name is Lauren Gomez. I'm the parent of a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old at Cordiac Elementary. We purchased homes in Sierra Crest, which is in the city of Fontana. The current issue we're facing is that we, to say this gently, we wish that the District of Rialto would be able to speak with the District of Fontana to maybe grandfather us in or potentially create new borders for our students, because there will be a new high school built approximately a mile from our home, which our students won't be allowed to attend. And so we were just hoping that myself and Charlene, which is also another neighbor of mine, we could facilitate you guys facilitating a conversation with the District of Fontana, because it's going to be a hardship for our students to attend Carter, which is very difficult. It's far for us, let alone the education they may receive at Casera Middle School and Carter. We're just concerned for our students, and we would like a better communication with you guys, and creating transfers, making it easier for us to potentially get our students an education that would be different than they may receive at Casera or Carter. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Next, we go to Alba Aguayo.
Hi, good evening. My name is dear members of the board, district representatives. My name is Alba Aguayo. I'm a Fitzgerald parent, and I hope you are enjoying your nice summer weather right now. And as you can recall, last time that we came to the board meeting, we were asking you to help our kids at Fitzgerald with all the facts that we presented you. I don't know if you recall, it's going to be somewhere written down and in the video. And we are here today just to ask you, please don't forget about them, especially the retaliation part. I think that is not professional, especially coming from an administrator from a public elementary. And even though we are off for summer vacation, we still need a resolution, and we have not forgotten what is really needed. And thank you for listening, and we are looking forward for a good resolution in our school. Okay? See, I even brought my kids to support you. Okay. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we go to Sandra Davalos. What is it, Davalos?
Hello.
Did I get that right?
Davalos, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good evening, members of the board and members of the community. My name is Sandra Davalos. I am a parent at Fitzgerald Elementary School, and I come because I feel the children's safety should be brought up. There's 2 points I have. First of all is discipline at the school. I hear PBIS is being used, and it's being used effectively in other schools, but at Fitzgerald last year, the 5th graders were out of control. It seemed like they didn't have any repercussions. They really didn't care. My son would constantly come to me saying that during recess especially, if anything happened, they would just sit out during recess. And I'm realizing this is not just 5th graders, and I don't want the next year to be the same, because these kids shouldn't have to deal with, oh, I can't play on the play structure because the 5th graders are coming and pushing us and things like that. Even though the teachers are out there, it's not enough when there's no discipline, there's no consequences for their actions. Secondly, I feel that when we sign into the school, we shouldn't just be signing a piece of paper, okay, I'm here, I'm going to be volunteering in the class. What should be happening is ID should be checked. ID should be dropped, left at the office. I don't want to hear that, oh, there's going to be parent pushback if we do that. Well, this day and age, that's like the minimum you should have. We just don't know with everything that goes on nowadays. So I want some action to be taken, because the administration has said, oh, you'd be surprised how much pushback we got just for closing the campus. And if people are going to act like little kids and say, oh, I don't want the campus to be closed, or I don't want to leave my ID in the office, well, then don't be on campus, because this is about the children's safety. So I just want you guys to take that into consideration, and I want to see changes for next year. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any more speakers for items not on the agenda? Okay, we go to item C2, public comments on agenda items. Any person wishing to speak on any item on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. Do we have any? Okay. Next, we go to item C3, comments from association executive board members, and we'll start with Rialto Education Association, REA. Summer break, so I don't blame them. CSEA, California School Employees Association.
Some of us still got to work, right?
Absolutely. Good evening, Rialto Unified Family.
Good evening.
I love saying that as I am a product of this district myself.
Chris, can you speak closer to the mic?
Sure. Is that better?
Yeah.
Tonight, I have the unfortunate duty of reporting a situation. It was 2 weeks ago or last week. In the agenda tonight, you'll be voting to approve REA's contract. I'm very happy for REA and congratulated Lisa and their team. In our contract, we have the Me Too clause. The district met with REA on Wednesday, concluded their contract, met with us on Thursday, and made an offer to us that was less than what they offered the teachers. Reporting this to my members, a lot of members were very upset. It's a known fact that we have the Me Too, and at the very least, we should have been offered the 3%. Offering less, we felt was rude, and didn't make us feel very appreciated. I hate ending on a bad note, so I would like to say that I am very impressed with the personnel department and the job they're doing in all of the hiring of the many positions that have become vacant this year with the retirement. They're working hard. I left that office tonight kind of late, and a lot of people were still in there working, burning the midnight oil, if you will. Very appreciative of that. A lot of new faces already showing up in our district. Glad to see that. It looks like a lot of qualified and eager people. And yeah, I will be here all summer. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we go to Communication Workers of America, CWA. Going once, going twice. Next, we go to Rialto School Managers Association, RSMA. Okay, that takes us to item C4, comments from the superintendent.
Thank you, President Montes. And not much tonight other than I really want to thank all the employees, the board, the parents, the families that we work with here in the district for another successful year. And while everything may not have turned out exactly as we would like it to be, overall it has been a successful year. And I want to thank you for all the effort, the energy, and really working through some of the challenging situations that we had this particular year to get another group of 1,800 kids, close to 2,000 kids graduate from our district and move into college or careers, the workforce, or wherever their journey might take them. Just the level of excitement that we see at the graduations is just a very vivid reminder of what it is that we're here for. And it really, at least for me, and I know the case for many others, that it takes away a lot of the struggles, a lot of the hard, difficult challenges that we go through during the year, because it pays off knowing that we are sending our kids to bigger and better things as they move on. The others, we do have changes coming for next year. A lot of what I see good changes to really take advantage of the skill sets that individuals bring to the table, and trying to find the situations, the positions where they can thrive as individuals and where their units, departments, and the district as well can thrive as a whole. So I'm really looking forward to the changes that will be forthcoming for the upcoming school year, and very excited about the expectations that will be following some of those adjustments. And that is it. That is it for me tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Avila. Next, we go to item C5, comments from members of the Board of Education. And we no longer have our student board member. She graduated, so we look forward to filling that seat starting the new school year. Mr. Ayala couldn't be here tonight, and he let us know on graduation night. So we wish him well and hope that he makes it back home safe. That brings us to Mr. Joseph Martinez.
Thank you, President Montes. First of all, there is some encouragement on the comments tonight, so look forward to some encouraging things. What strikes me that I must comment on is CSEA, and I thank you, Chris, for bringing that to our attention. It was already brought to our attention in closed session. It's of great importance to this board that that was a one-time error. I hope that we have built enough bridges between the associations and administration and the board. There you are. Yes, mingling around everyone else. Please, thank you. I hope we've built enough positive influence and bridges with the association members that I will take personal responsibility for it. Even though it was one of my people, I'm going to ask them to blame me and to forgive me or the member of my staff, our family, to forgive them as they would me. I know that's a scary thought because not everyone likes me. There, nonetheless, in a family, there are favorites and there are some that are perceived as oddball uncles. So whichever way they perceive me, I will accept that, and I'll continue to work to do better. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. And teachers and the rest of the family, thank you for your hard work all year long. I enjoyed graduation very much. That is this board member's major paycheck for everything else. When I first ran for school board, I thought there was a goose egg. It was public service, no recompense at all. Even if there had not been, I'd still be here because I enjoy public service just that much. And
what he means by major paycheck, he means the rewards of going to graduation, because we do not get paid for going to graduation.
Exactly.
Just to clarify.
Yeah. We get paid for 2 meetings. And it used to be 900, now it's 400. Doesn't matter. It's all in the heart. And this board's heart is for our students, for our community, for our staff family. So with that, I give it to Mr. President Montes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Next, we go to Board Clerk, Ms. Dina Walker.
I'd just like to say we're at the close of the school year. It's been a great year. We've seen some great things happen for our district, not only locally but nationally. So very proud again to be a board member. All the hard work that we have done, all the losses that we've taken as well, with the loss of some great folks who are retiring or moving on. But hey, some great things are going to happen as well. Graduation, of course, seeing all the graduates, that's like the highlight of the end of the year. Seeing kids, some of the kids from the neighborhood where you live, and they're like, oh God, there's Sheba's mom, just really exciting. So again, for all the board members, superintendent, all the staff and everything to keep this district going and keeping these kids on a path to some greater outcomes. Thank you, and I appreciate for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Walker. Next we go to Board Vice President, Mrs. Nancy O'Kelly.
Well, hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us tonight. And I was just going to talk about some of the end-of-the-year excitement, as others have been doing. I was delighted to attend the PTA Honorary Service Awards banquet at the Sierra Lakes Country Club. I think it was the end of May 24th. And that was a very nice affair where the volunteers, because PTA is all volunteer work, but volunteers from the PTA are honored for the work and effort they put into doing things for PTA that raise funds and opportunities for our kids. So that was a very nice event. We had 5 middle school promotion ceremonies. They were held at Carter High School, and the gym was packed for each and every one of them. In fact, it was too packed. I think we were breaking fire code, but nobody heard that. And then we had the actual day of high school graduations at Citizens Business Bank Arena, which was just magnificent. I mean, we were there one after the other all day long, but it is so heartwarming to see their joy and excitement and pride in what they have accomplished. So that day makes it all worthwhile. And just hoping everybody is staying cool, and I hope you all have a great summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. O'Kelly. Well, last but not least, that leaves me, and the clock is, the time is pretty young right now.
Don't make it get old.
Nothing wrong with getting out early, Edgar.
No, and I really don't have a whole lot. I just want to also again congratulate all of the families and the high school graduates that participated in the graduations, and for those who graduated for whatever reason didn't participate in the graduations. It was a tremendous event. I think somebody hit the nail on the head. The highlight really of the year,
the whole year,
and obviously for many of the students, the highlight of their 12, 13 years in public education. I want to thank everyone that's here tonight. It's a summer meeting, one of few summer meetings, and our summer meetings are not very exciting. We don't have elementary and middle school presentations, and we generally don't have a whole lot going on, but we do still have business of the district to attend to and to carry out. So thank you for being here tonight. I would like to say, I would like to thank Mrs. Gomez for coming here tonight to express her concerns. Congratulations on your family's new home. I would like to, however, ask and petition you to really take a look at our schools and investigate the schools that your boundary pertains to. I lived literally half a mile away from a high school from a neighboring district, but yet I had to go all the way to A.B. Miller, which was way across the whole city of Fontana from where my parents lived. And at no time did it occur to me to, even though I thought about it a few times, going to the closer high school in a neighboring district, I went to the district that wasn't within our boundaries. And in reality, not to knock any of the neighboring schools or districts, we work very well with our neighboring districts, Fontana, Colton Joint Unified, San Bernardino City Unified, and all of the other neighboring districts. And we believe that many, if not all of our schools are just as good and may even be oftentimes better than what people perceive. So I would encourage you to please give our schools the opportunity, speak with our principals, speak with our teachers, come to the district office if you like. I'm sure our communications department could show you a list and list and list of accolades that Carter has gotten and many of our other schools. We appreciate your concerns. And the district boundaries, the borders and the district boundaries is something that school districts do work with each other on, and particularly the county. So if any changes need to be made in the future, those changes come about through a committee and get approved by the county. And it's not as easy as, as it may seem. But I would like to say that in defense of this school district and our schools, we've got great schools. We've got great. We're a great district, and if the only reason is to be closer to another school, then I understand. But I would like to say that we've got great schools, and please check them out. And then with that, I see Mr. Keeler there back there, and I know that the time was running, so we better get to his part of the agenda pretty soon. So with that, thank you guys. Thank you.
Can we move right to it?
Let's see. We need to go to D. Public hearing, D. We're going to open public hearing.
Move to open public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The time is 7:28. And item D1, LCAP adoption, fiscal year 2019 through 2020. Education Code EC Section 52062B and 1 requires that the governing board of a school district shall hold at least one public hearing to solicit the recommendations and comments of members of the public regarding specific actions and expenditures proposed to be included in the local control and accountability plan or annual update to the local control and accountability plan. The agenda for the public hearing shall be posted at least 72 hours before the public hearing and shall include the location where the local control and accountability plan or annual update to the local control and accountability plan will be available for public inspection. And that's reference D 1.1. Do we have any questions or comments? Any members of the public that would like to comment?
Move to close public hearing.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
The time is 7:29. And we've got another item for public hearing.
Move to open public hearing.
Second?
Okay, do we have all in favor to approve item D2?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh.
Aye. It's a budget. Item 2, D2 is budget adoption fiscal year 2019-2020. Education Code EC Section 52062B and 2 requires that the public meeting at which a school district governing board adopts a local control and accountability plan, LCAP, and adopts a budget must be held after, but not on the same day as, the public meeting at which the governing board holds the required public hearings on the LCAP and the proposed budget. It's reference item D 2.1. Do we have any comments? Anybody wishing to speak on this public hearing? Do we have a motion to close public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Vote by board members?
Aye.
The time is 7:30. Next, we go to consent calendar items. All items on the consent calendar will be acted upon in one motion unless pulled by the Board of Education members or the superintendent for individual action. So do we have a motion to approve consent calendar items reference E through J?
I'll make the motion and reminding the public that G3 has been amended.
Okay, so we'll make a note that G3 has been amended.
Second.
Did you want to say something, Ms. Walker?
No, I need to pull an item.
Okay, what item would you like to pull?
That will be item G5. That needs to be voted on separately so I can make a dissenting vote.
G5? Okay, so we will pull G5. So would you like to make a motion to approve all items referenced E through J with the exception of G5?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so that takes us to item G5.
Make a motion to approve G5.
Okay. Do we have a second?
We should allow Walker to lead. Ms. Walker to lead first.
Okay. Would you like to come to the microphone, Mr. Keeler?
We don't have a second yet.
I'm not seconding it.
Please introduce yourself.
So I'm Chris Keeler. I'm legal counsel to the school district. The reason Ms. Walker left is that she has an indirect interest in this matter that's before you. You may recall that I was here a few months ago when this board approved an agreement with the Blue Educational Foundation, and that we had cleared with the FPPC that agreement, but the FPPC gave an opinion that Ms. Walker should recuse herself because of an indirect financial interest in the agreement between this district and Blue Educational Foundation. She is the president and CEO of that nonprofit. Now, that agreement was a non-financial agreement. There's no exchange of money between the district and Blue Educational Foundation, but the FPPC decided that because it is in the Blue Educational Foundation's interests to have a successful agreement with the school district, and it might increase their likelihood of obtaining a grant through other sources, then it's an indirect financial interest, and Ms. Walker should not take any part in action related to an approval of an agreement between the district and Blue Educational Foundation.
That was, sorry to interrupt you, that was a heck of an introduction. But I think we need to get a second on this item so that you can continue. Am I correct, legal counsel?
Thank you, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning. So we have a first, but in order for him to continue to discuss it, or for any of us to discuss it, we should have a second.
In order for debate to happen, certainly.
Oh,
okay.
The only thing I was trying to do was explain in a long-winded way, and I apologize, why Ms. Walker stepped out. She's stepping out again because of an indirect interest in any board decision that could be to the financial benefit of Blue Educational Foundation. And even though the matter before you would not directly give any money to Blue Educational Foundation, it could help their programs and indirectly benefit Blue Educational Foundation in a financial way. So this board is not prohibited from taking this action, but Ms. Walker is prohibited from taking any action either directly or indirectly, and needs to leave the room during this discussion, and this recusal should be reflected on the minutes of this meeting. So with that, I turn it back over to you.
Well, I second it so we can talk more.
Oh, okay.
So
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hold on for a second. Okay, so do we have anybody here that could explain the item?
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Teresa Brown. I am the agent for teacher induction and teacher support here in the district. I'm also the facilitator for our district African American Parent Advisory Council. And we do have 3 members of our DAPAC officer board with us this evening as well. As you know, parent engagement and parent involvement, parent empowerment is one of the many district foci. And this is our 3rd year ending our successful DAPAC, our 2nd year with an operating board. And one of the things that we want to do is to continue to provide our DAPAC parents with professional development opportunities, learning opportunities as such. So an opportunity was brought to my attention via Dr. McDuffie about the African American Parent Leadership Training that's occurring down in Cathedral City, California on June 28th through 30th. And it just so happens that it is sponsored through Blue Education Foundation. So after Dr. McDuffie's discussion, I believe with Ms. Walker, if I'm not mistaken, it was agreed that we would definitely pay for our parents to attend the training in the guise of paying for their room and board, paying for their mileage, but we would not exchange any money directly with Blue Education Foundation. So their registration fees are not being covered by the district, but they will be attending via having a room at the hotel where the training is taking place, as well as only one meal has to be covered, and their mileage for traveling from their homes to the conference or the training and back. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
When we approved,
Wait, I have a question for Mr. Keeler. So you're mentioning that the previous agreement with the district to allow Blue Foundation to utilize a grant that they had received to help students in Rialto Unified. The FPPC had issued an opinion. Are you aware of any opinion being issued for this item?
No, we did not request an opinion, and the FPPC certainly would not respond within the necessary time frame in order to get one before the 28th.
So in your professional legal opinion, what would your recommendation to the Board of Education be?
So applying the same principles that the FPPC applied to the prior question before them, they determined that Ms. Walker had an indirect financial interest in the agreement between this district and Blue. I think she likewise would have an indirect financial interest in this board's decision to reimburse or subsidize. It sounds like it's travel and meal expenses. It sounds like they're getting a waiver or something of the cost of attendance. So it seems like it'd be a minor expense. But that decision by this board would be an indirect benefit to Blue Educational Foundation, and that's why she would have to recuse herself. So it's really a very similar, I think it's essentially the same legal issue, why she has to recuse herself.
When we approved the first item, you and I both made comments that night about how uncomfortable we were with approving it. And because it is indirectly, it's to the benefit of her foundation. I work as a consultant for the county superintendent of schools office. Okay, my paycheck comes from the county, but I can't come here to Rialto and earn that money because I'm on the board here. Mr. Montes can't, not that we use pallets necessarily, but he can't use his company to benefit himself while he's on the board. I mean, the whole thing, whether it's legal or illegal, that's not what I'm looking at here. I'm saying it's uncomfortable, it approaches unethical, and I find it very difficult to approve.
I just would like to add that maybe not necessarily unethical would be the word that I would use, but definitely uncomfortable. And I have no problem with you making money. I have no problem with anybody here making money, including my colleagues. But as a member of the Board of Education, and in regards to very strict conflict of interest laws set forth by the Attorney General, now the FPPC, which just used to do campaigns, finances, now they do conflict of interest issues as well. But I have no issue with any of my colleagues working and doing their thing, but I do feel very uncomfortable having to approve agenda items that may directly or indirectly benefit financially anyone on this board, including our superintendent. It's just, I have nothing against any of our parent groups. We want to help our parent groups, all of our parent groups. We want to support them. And I believe that this board, including Ms. Walker and Mr. Ayala, have done tremendous strides with the support and leadership of our superintendent. We've all made tremendous strides. The district's made tremendous strides in investing more than ever in and on our parent groups. But when it comes to possible conflicts of interest, or at the very least an appearance of impropriety, it's just a little difficult, and particularly with the history that this board has been through in the past, not including Ms. Walker before she joined us on this board. We had issues in the past regarding conflicts of interest and appearances of impropriety and all kinds of other stuff that just it's kind of like old wounds that we don't want to reopen. And Ms. O'Kelly is correct that at the last time you were here to discuss the previous item and the possible conflict of interest or indirect benefit, we expressed concern and we were obviously uncomfortable then. And Ms. O'Kelly is correct in that I also stated that I was going in support of approving that item, that grant, to be used for our kids who need it, the help, and our parents and our community. But whenever a conflict of interest may or may not be, and there's we need to have legal counsel look at it. We need to have, state officials look at it. It just makes things very difficult for us, as opposed to if it was a different company, a different foundation, or if none of the members of this board had some type of, affiliation with it or association with it. So again, I hold nothing against anyone. I want to support our parents. We've been supporting all of our parents, and we'll continue to support our parents and our students in this community. But I just want people to understand that these types of matters, and I'm sure you understand, these types of matters, and thank you for your help, are not easy. These decisions are not easy to make. So we appreciate you coming down here. We know you ain't here for free, but we appreciate you coming down here and helping us out with these legal, with legal advice. Does anybody else have any
Well, I just
questions?
wanted to add that the perception of some of the members of the community is that it is that perception of impropriety. It's just.
It's not. In reality, it's not. In reality, it's not something bad. It really ain't. But because we're part of the governing body of this district, and we're the Board of Education, it sends the wrong message, or could send the wrong message. If I had the money to pay for this expense, I'd do it. It's something good.
Very good.
If there was laws that allowed for these types of things to be easier, that'd be great. Unfortunately, there's not, and there are lots of people who have issues and problems with seeing boards approve these types of items. So because it's questionable and because it's uncomfortable, that's the only reason why it would stop me from moving forward with it. But in any other sense, it's not. I don't think it's something bad. It's just it's something that could come back and hurt the integrity of this board, of this district, and what we want to do is maintain a good working relation with our community and trust that we are doing and making the best decisions for the best interests of this district. With that, Mr. Martinez, did you have something to add?
Well, whereas we really need to support all our students, regardless of race, creed, gender, any of that. I am for the end product. Mr. Keeler, what if we were to not take action one way or another, but pull this, but the parents went on their own, but we helped them find funding from our partners? Is there a problem with that?
Well, I think, first of all, a decision not to act by this board would not preclude APAC members from on their own seeking that from partners. If the district uses its resources to find partners for them, it's kind of legally the same thing as using district resources to pay for it. So it's really within the same realm. But a no vote or well, I mean, at this point, it's going to be yes or no. Well, actually, not necessarily, because it could be 2-1, in which case, technically, that's not action because a majority of the board has not voted one way or another. It would just be failure of the matter. That would not preclude APAC members from, and I don't know if I'm getting that right. Is it APAC or is it DPAC? Oh, okay, thank you. It would not stop them individually from seeking support from district partners.
Okay. I have a feeling I know how this is going to end up. Wish I could help better. Mr. President.
Do we have any more questions for Mr. Keeler?
No.
You can punch out now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Keeler.
We still pay his way home.
Just leave right now.
Oh, thank you. No. I'm just joking, Mr. Keeler. You know, I'm always just joking. We appreciate you. We value your legal advice. Thank you.
Thank you for the help.
Anything else? Okay. Well, with that, did you want to entertain a motion to pull the item?
No. We have a first and a second. Let's vote.
Okay. All in favor to approve item 5?
Aye.
Let me read it out. Sorry. It's to approve 6 parent guardians from the Rialto Unified School District African American Parent Advisory Council DAPAC to attend the African American Parent Leadership Training to be held June 28, 2019 through June 30th, 2019 in Cathedral City, California. Travel expenses include lodging, parking, and meals at a cost of $3,500 to be paid from Title I funds. And the reference is G5.1 in the agenda. And if we have no more comments or questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Ms. O'Kelly?
I'm not in favor.
Okay. Okay, we'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mrs. O'Kelly?
No.
And for me, it's a no. So that takes us to K.
Thank you, Mr.
Item
Keeler.
K. Could you please get Ms. Walker? fine. We'll give her a minute. Okay, on to item K, discussion action items. Item K1, approve an agreement with John R. Beverly, Inc. as the geotechnical engineer to provide geotechnical services for full-day kindergarten facility projects at Boyd, Casey, Dullahan, Morris, Preston, and Trapp Elementary Schools, effective June 13th, 2019 through June 30th, 2020, at a cost of $12,167 per site, for a total cost not to exceed $73,056 to be paid from Fund 25 Capital Facilities Fund, reference K1.1. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Do we have questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we go to K2, adopt resolution number 181935, authorizing designated person to approve contract completions, reference K2.1. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second?
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go to K3, adopt a resolution number 18-19-36, approving the plan to spend the monies received from the Education Project Account, EPA, on instruction, reference K3.1 through 4. Do we have a motion?
Aye.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Questions or comments?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go to item K4, adopt a resolution number 18-19-37, authorizing staff to process the necessary transfers of appropriations to revise budget amounts during the course of the fiscal year to allow appropriation of access funds, transfers between designated and/or unappropriated fund balances, and any expenditure classifications, or balance any expenditure classification of the budget. It's reference K4.1 through 2 in the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go to K5, adopt resolution number 181938, authorizing the filing of a Form J13A waiver requesting approval by the County Superintendent of Schools for the emergency closure and reduction in the computation of average daily attendance and instructional minutes for Thursday, May 23rd, 2019 at Fitzgerald Elementary School, reference K5.1 through 2.
Move to approve.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we go to K6, adopt resolution number 181939, requesting the Board of Supervisors of the County of San Bernardino to establish a tax rate for bonds of the district expected to be sold during fiscal year 2019 through 20, authorizing superintendent or his designee to provide estimated debt service for said bonds to officials of the County of San Bernardino, and authorizing other necessary actions. References K6.1 through 2. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we go to K7, approve an agreement with Think Together, Inc., a nonprofit corporation for the purpose of providing the after-school educational and safety ASES program at Fitzgerald Elementary School, effective July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020, with an option to renew for one additional year at a cost of $124,000 to be paid from the general fund. Reference K7.1.
Move to approve.
Second.
Questions or comments?
I have a question. So Fitzgerald, and Dr. Avila, you can help with that. I know before they weren't included in the ACEs because of the income level of that particular population at the schools. Once we did the kind of all in for the USDA, did we not then qualify Fitzgerald under that? And could they not? Meaning, why are we paying for additional supplemental for Fitz if they fell under if they have now met the economic barrier, threshold for?
Yeah, and I believe
being
it's a
part of it?
completely separate item, but I can ask Angela.
Okay.
Good evening. Again, Angela Brantley, Lead Agent for Student Services. So, Ms. Walker, I believe you were questioning related to the USDA qualification.
The
that they,
ACES,
So they're all getting that. But with the ACES grant, it is a different grant. And so, excuse me, I was running down the hallway. It's an annual application, and the threshold continues to rise. It's probably in the 80% now.
Okay.
And the district, we apply every time it opens up.
Okay.
But the only way we could possibly ever get the grant is if other schools fall out. So remember, the ACES grant is funded from the state, and all the funds have been spent. And although they allow districts to apply annually, the only funds that are ever going to be released are not from new funds. It's from other districts who maybe didn't meet their ADA, and they lost the grant, and then the money is put back into the pot, and they look again at all the districts in their ADA, and every time we apply for FITS, we never hit it. But we continue to apply every time.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next we go to item K8, approve the AB 288 dual enrollment college and career access pathways partnership agreement between San Bernardino Community College District, San Bernardino Valley College, and the district for the 2019 through 2020 school year effective July 1st, 2019, which is to be reviewed annually and will remain in effect until canceled or amended by either party unless otherwise terminated in accordance with Section 19 of the agreement. The cost will be determined at time of purchases for textbooks required for the courses and will be paid from the general fund, reference K 8.1 through 2.
Move to approve, very happily.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Could somebody clarify this item for the public? Because I think it's important that
Kelly.
people considering coming to our schools know about it.
Dr. D'Souza's the expert, but I'll go ahead and pinch it. We know that we're looking at middle college, so students are able to get an Associate of Arts degree while they're in high school. That's always a win.
Right.
And so that's a component of it. And then we have what's referred to as concurrent enrollment and dual enrollment, and we're looking to expand those offerings for our students. And that's really what this is about, is the partnership
Dr.
between
D'Souza's
San
coming
Bernardino
around.
and also Valley College. And so we're just looking to expand those college and career opportunities. Dr. D'Souza.
Could you elaborate a little more? And thank you, Mr. Kelly. That was very
Well
good.
done.
So this is for the CCAP agreement courses. So the CCAP agreement courses are basically to help our students to be able to transition into Valley College. So they're mostly for our water courses and our child development courses. So the students can go there later on, and there are actually courses being offered on our campus. So for example, the students in the water course, by taking the Valley College CCAP courses, they'll be able to take the course to be certified in the end, and that will prepare them when they leave high school to get the certification so they can start a water job. Okay.
On top of being being able to get an AA degree by the time they graduate high school.
Not an AA degree, they get certification to get a job, but then if they choose to go to Valley College, then they can also get an AA degree. But they would be taking those courses so they can actually take the test, the water test, to get certified in that area.
So then, Dr. D'Souza, can you clarify dual and concurrent enrollment so that we can be clear on?
Yeah. So actually in our area, it's called concurrent enrollment because it actually happens after the school day. Dual enrollment is during the school day. So we kept our courses after the school day because you know that Valley College classes, if not filled, can be filled with other students in the area, so other adults in the area. So that's why we kept to concurrent enrollment after the school day.
On this one, but also with dual enrollment is when kids are able to finish high school and their AA degree simultaneously.
Not necessarily. It's still courses they would take on the high school campus, but then if they wanted to take more classes, they would go to Valley College and finish it out there to get, I think the other one that we had before was the middle college program, where they would get their AA degree and be able to get both a high school diploma and a AA degree.
Are all three of our high schools offering all of these?
Yes.
Okay.
It's awesome. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks.
Any more questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go to item 9, adopt resolution number 181934, approving the proposed AB 288 College and Career Access Pathways Partnership Agreement for the 2019-2020 school year.
Isn't that just the same thing?
Mr. D'Souza, Dr. D'Souza, could you come back here for a second?
So I believe this was a previous board item that, you looked at before, and that there's a marriage between what we just read and then where we're going in terms of the resolution. It's related to Assembly Bill 288, and so I appreciate his specificity, but it does include middle college, dual enrollment, concurrent. I think it's just what are we opting for in Rialto. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Souza, but I think the two go together.
I apologize. So this is the CCAP agreement I was talking about, and that is for the water courses and the child development courses. And basically, they're offering these courses so that students can get certified in those areas.
So number 9 is viewed for concurrent enrollment, and number 8 is for dual enrollment, right?
No. So let me look at it.
Well, that's what it says.
The narrative on K9.
I don't think we want to ask you any more questions, Dr. D'Souza.
No, I'm sorry. So number 8 is...
It sounded like number 9 was the same as number 8, which is why we called you back here. But
So
now-
number 8 is for concurrent enrollment, and it says dual or concurrent enrollment, and number 9 is for the CCAP agreement.
Okay, so number 8 is for dual enrollment.
Yeah, dual
Okay.
and concurrent
All right.
enrollment. I apologize. I should have had my...
It's okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We thank you for admitting you were wrong.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Any more questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. We'll cut it out, Mr. Martinez. Next, we go to item 10, renew the agreement with Apex Learning, Inc. for 1,250 licenses at 4 high schools from July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020 at a cost of $93,750 to be paid from the general fund. Reference is K 10.1.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Mr. Montes, I don't think we did a motion on number 9. We took the vote, but we didn't do the first and the second. We didn't do.
Okay, we did a first and a second, but we didn't do the vote
No, we got the vote, but we didn't do the first and the second.
on item 9?
Yes.
I moved to approve number item, what is it, K9?
Second.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
No problem. Thank you for correcting us. No problem. All in favor for approving item 9?
Aye.
Okay.
Just in case, get it covered. Good job.
Yeah. All right, so for item 10, did we have a first and a second?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
I read the item.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next, we go to item K11, approve a renewal agreement with EduPoint Educational Systems LLC for the annual software license and maintenance of the district student information system Synergy. This includes online student registration module and Synergy technology toolset software effective July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020 at a cost of $175,687 to be paid for by the general fund, reference K 11.1. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go to K-12. Approve an agreement with Generation Ready to provide professional development at Hugh Banks Elementary School effective July 22nd, 2019 through June 30th, 2020 at a cost of $50,000 to be paid from Title I funds, reference K 12.1 through 2.
Move to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go to K13, approve an agreement with Franklin Covey covering the following items: advanced membership July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020, student and classroom materials, 7 Habits Signature 2, 2-day workshop, and creating culture 1 day workshop for Frisbee Middle School, effective July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020, at a cost of $52,794.62 to be paid for from Title I funds, reference K 13.1. Do we have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
I'd just like to say I'm so happy to see more of our schools getting involved in this program, the leader in me that they have at Dollarham.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Any other questions or comments?
Just a shout out to Dollarham. They're doing a great job with the program.
Yes, they are.
Vote by board members?
Aye.
Aye. Next is K14, approve an agreement with Think Together, Inc., a nonprofit corporation for the purpose of providing the after-school educational and safety EASES program at 18 elementary and 5 middle schools. Sites in the district. The term of the contract will be July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020, with an option to renew for 2 consecutive years. Payment not to exceed 100% of the grant of $2,918,126.03 for the 2019-2020 fiscal year, and fees will be renegotiated subsequent years if district exercises renewal options at a cost of $2,918,126.03. Got that one right. To be paid for from the ASES grant. Reference K 14.1. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Vote by board members?
Aye.
Aye. Next is K15. Approve the recommendations of the administrative hearing panel. Administrative hearing case number 18-19-60 and stipulated expulsions case numbers 18-19-64, 18-19-65, and 18-19-68. 18-19-69, 18-19-74, and 2 reinstatements of expulsions case numbers 18-19-43 and 18-19-51. Vote by board members.
Don't we need a
Did we
motion?
make
and
a
Oh, I'm
second?
sorry. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Vote by board members?
Aye.
Aye. The next regular meeting of the Board of Education of the Rialto Unified School District will be held on Wednesday, June 26, 2019 at 7 p.m. at the Dr. John R. Casalunas Education Center, 182 East Walnut Avenue, Rialto, California. Materials distributed or presented to the Board of Education at the board meeting are available upon request from the superintendent's office. I believe this is the last board meeting of the fiscal year.
No. We have one more. Two more weeks.
Yeah.
June
That's what he's
26th.
referring to, right?
This one, yeah.
July
just
1st.
Right,
That's what he's referring to, our next meeting.
right. The June 26th meeting will be the last meeting of the fiscal
Yes.
year.
Yes.
Okay.
Wake up, team.
I'll see something now and I'll see something again at the last meeting, but for some people it'll be their last school board meeting, and we want to make sure everyone is thanked, and really appreciate all the hard work. So with that, I do have something to read. We have 2 former employees of the Rialto Unified School District who have passed away. Tonight, we would like to adjourn our school board meeting in their memories. Mr. William Bill Sloan, a former teacher and administrator in the Rialto Unified School District, passed on May 20th, 2019 in the city of Yucaipa. He was 78 years old. Mr. Sloan's service was held last Saturday in Redlands. He began as an elementary school teacher in 1963 and retired as an assistant principal from Morris Elementary School in 2002 after 39 years of service. Our condolences are sent to the Sloan family. Our thoughts are also with Mr. Kent Taylor's family. Mr. Taylor, who in the mid-2000s was a former area director for years in our district, passed away last Sunday afternoon at the age of 54 at his home in Grand Terrace. He was also a former superintendent and school board member for over a decade for Colton Joint Unified School District. Mr. Taylor will have a celebration of life pending his family's notification. Please accept our condolences and join us for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Preferential vote, psych. A vote by board members.
Aye.
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 8:12.
The time is 8:12.